Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. They were found in the back of a U-Haul last June with shields and a 7-page plan to riot at Coeur d'Alene's Pride event. As members of the hate group Patriot Front prepare to go on trial, KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk spoke to a veterans group calling on prosecutors to crack down on the neo-Nazis. Kyle?
Well, the group is called Task Force Butler, made up of volunteer vets around the country. Founder Christopher Goldsmith told me they're upset watching our democracy being destroyed by Americans from within. He spent years researching this hate group, its members, and the laws already on the books that can be used to hold them accountable. KREM 2 News was there in June as authorities stopped a U-Haul a few hundred feet from Coeur d'Alene's Pride event, arresting the 31 masked men inside. Pictures and videos spread around the country.
Underneath the mask that the Patriot Front gang wears are neo-Nazis. They are people who believe in genocide. They are people who want to actively work to make the United States a white ethno-state.
Christopher Goldsmith has studied the racist organization for years.
They can commit acts of violence, walk back into a crowd, and then the police who may even witness the violence say, well, I don't know which masked member of this gang it was.
Coeur d'Alene wasn't the first or last time the group has popped up. In July of 2021, they assaulted a black man during a march in Philadelphia.
They did exactly the same thing Independence Day weekend in Boston. They sought out, attacked a black man, beat him with shields.
Goldsmith focuses on these three incidents in the 237-page report Project Butler put together, identifying members, how the group operates, and existing laws he believes prosecutors can use against them.
I hope that the city of Coeur d'Alene is not left responsible for trying to find justice and take down this violent terrorist gang. It really needs to be the feds, because every one of those conspiracies to commit hate crimes are interstate.
Goldsmith has shared his report with prosecutors in Kootenai County and the attorneys general in Idaho, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania, hoping they can work together and share information to bring more serious charges and penalties against the group, which Goldsmith says should be treated as a street gang.
Well, these attorneys generals can bankrupt this violent gang. They can force them to not have the money to travel around the country and try and terrorize, frequently marginalized communities. We are here to make sure that justice is found, to work with law enforcement, and to ensure that that American cities are free from fascists and neo-Nazis.
So far, the 31 men arrested have been charged with conspiracy to riot, which is punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $5,000 fine. The first trials are scheduled to start next month. In the newsroom, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Kyle, thank you very much. And new tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office has asked for more time to clear the homeless camp near I-90 after initially saying it would be cleared by October 14th. According to SCSO, they now want to extend that date by 2 to 3 weeks, but they're not giving a specific date. And today, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward addressed the ongoing issue, saying something needs to be done before winter.
Establishing a clear, concise, and efficient timeline is critically important to move people out of the elements and into a safe, healthy, and humane environment.
Well, she also said there's a need for more conversation before anyone moves forward. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Staffing shortages may force Spokane County to close the Geiger Correction Center in Airway Heights. That was the message that Detention Services Director Mike Sparber told county commissioners last week. Geiger usually houses lower-level offenders. The department has a total of 330 positions, everything from cooks to corrections officers, and right now there are 56 vacancies. And Sparber said there just aren't enough new hires in the pipeline to make up for the number of correction staff leaving their positions. And if those positions can't be filled soon, Sparber says they'll first have to end the work crew programs at Geiger, and then entire floors at that facility would then have to be shut down. And long-term, he said, the facility itself could be forced to close. And just hours ago, the White House addressing the University of Idaho's decision to stop providing birth control on campus in light of the state's new abortion laws. The U of I issued a letter to staff warning they could lose their job or face prosecution if they counsel in support of an abortion. The university is citing Idaho's strict abortion laws to justify their restriction of contraceptions as well. The statement said, quote, "To be clear, nothing under Idaho law justifies the university's decision to deny students access to contraception. But the situation in Idaho speaks to the unacceptable consequences of extreme abortion bans," the White House wrote. Neighbors of a mobile home community in Kootenai County are pushing back against significant rent increases. A Utah-based investment company bought the Oakcrest Mobile Home Park. More than 500 people live there. We spoke with a woman who says she'll need to get another job to support the rent increase.
I feel it's pretty sad and it's not that they're coming from Utah or they're coming from any other state. It's that they're here and they're doing this to the seniors, and this place is a lot of seniors here. We all depend on our little bit of Social Security. I find I have to work part-time just to pay the bills.
Well, those have formed now part of a coalition hoping to come together and buy the mobile home park for themselves. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them directly to your phone. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather because we may be just a few days away from October, but we hit 90 degrees in Spokane today. And we hope you enjoyed it because we may not see that number again until next summer. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Good joining us tonight. And Jeremy, things are about to take a bit of a dip, right?
Yeah, but you said maybe not going to hit 90 again until next summer. I am overly confident that we will not do it. And if we do it, everybody can replay this clip of me saying there is no chance we hit 90 again in 2022. Man, I hope I don't eat those words, but I very well could. Right now, a beautiful evening here in Spokane. All in all, not that bad. 66 degrees, and we are falling into the mid to low 60s, pretty widespread across the region. And that's ahead of our next storm. That's already working its way into the west side, seeing some cloud cover and some showers offshore, working their way closer to shore. Overnight, we'll fall down to near 50, and throughout the day tomorrow, we'll see increasing cloud cover. And that's going to keep our temperatures near 80 degrees in the afternoon. About a 10-degree drop from where they topped out today, but believe it or not, that 10-degree drop still keeps us well above average for this time of year. You want average? Thursday. Thursday's it. Showers and a high temp in the low 60s.
All right, Jeremy, I kind of hope you eat those words secretly. All right. In other news, former Idaho state lawmaker Aaron von Ellinger is appealing his rape conviction all the way to the Idaho Supreme Court. The former Idaho representative was sentenced to 20 years in prison for raping a 19-year-old state house intern. Von Ellinger was already denied a request for an acquittal or a new trial. As of right now, von Ellinger remains behind bars. He'll only be eligible for parole after serving at least 8 years in custody. Well, less than 24 hours ago, the Canadian government announced they will no longer require people to be vaccinated when entering the country. Currently, unvaccinated foreign travelers have to take a COVID test and then quarantine for 14 days. Well, starting Saturday, that will no longer be the case. In other Northwest news tonight, getting access to electric vehicle charging stations is going to get much easier. All 50 states just got approval to start building the first nationwide network of EV charging stations. And that means a charger would be available every 50 miles along interstates coast to coast. The federal government will release $5 billion over 5 years to install or to upgrade them. And after weeks of relief at the pump, gas prices are rising once again. In the last week, the average price for gas in Washington rose 30 cents. But nationally, the price only went up a nickel. And that's because a handful of refineries in California are undergoing unplanned maintenance that can take several days, experts say. And right here in Washington, they're also having issues at some more local refineries. So what are gas prices looking like right here in Spokane? Well, right now, the average price is $4.66 a gallon. Last week at this time, the average was just $4.34 a gallon. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed just yet. After the break, in a KREM 2 exclusive interview, the Washington State's Office of Independent Investigations is sharing how officer-involved shootings will be investigated going forward. And if you haven't already heard, you can download our new KREM 2 Plus app to catch what we are streaming 24/7. So this is a look at tonight's lineup. Still to come, our Locked On Zags team is previewing former Bulldogs now playing in the NBA. And first, we're looking at Andrew Nemhard. So don't forget to tune in to KREM 2 Plus.